Joshua Waugh throws that back in the high slot. Fantilli comes off the bench, shoots, hit the goal post. Adam Fantilli rang one up right off the pipe. Allen moves that back. Fantilli, a hard shot. Oshkan save, rebound.
Quick, heavy release from Fantilli. Like the fact that he covers up for the pinching point man, Allen, below the goal line. With a man right on him, an abbreviated backswing, he gets a lot of velocity on that one-timer into Oshkan.
Throws it back. Hines feeds across. Fantilli will drive. And Suhanek makes the save. The game is...
That's where it's comfortable. That's where life gets comfortable.
Right. Dean throws that back. Fantilli, a shot. Stopped by Oshkan. Here's Sublatting with it. Stankoven back across to Fantilli. Adam Fantilli works here. Kicks it back around to Stankoven. Back to Gaucher, to Clark. Frank Clark slides that down to Fantilli. Clark plays it back down. Stankoven, a centering pass, and it's hammered wide by Waugh. Fantilli winds in through the top and shoots, scores! Adam Fantilli finally gets one.
He wanted this one. He's been around it. He's hit a couple posts, been fighting the puck a little bit. Walks across the middle, back against the grain, and drifted one past Oshkan, and finally, hey, we can read lips. Came into this tournament with such high expectations, the presumptive second overall pick in this coming draft.
Before that is Fantilli. Right down to Stankoven. Back for Fantilli, a shot. He slammed that wide. To back. Slides that back to Clark. Feeds it across. Shot back to shot by Fantilli in the goalpost. Bring it right off the pipe.
What a chance for Fantilli. Rings it right off the post. Oh, far post as well. I bet he hits the net 8 out of 10 times there.
And missed it. Pulled over by Fantilli.
And also got the building back alive, some emotion in the game, and the high-low. Beck falls. Fantilli finishes his check on Luke Mittelstadt. Huge collision.
Dennis Williams, the Canadian coach, talked about yesterday was don't lose any clean. Fantilli throws that rink wide for Dean. Dean moves in. Shows it back in front of Fantilli. Scores! Adam Fantilli gives Canada the lead.
This pass to space is a smart one. Throw it where your guy can go skate and do something with it. And boy, does he ever. What a return feed by Dean. And Fantilli, who just rang the post, has been getting progressively better as this tournament has gone along. It was a tough start, but it's been a stronger finish.
With Fantilli and Othman now playing on this line, a big chance for Fantilli, swept away by Suhanek. Jiricek plays that rink wide. Back for Ottawa, driving in. Logan Stankoven drops, Fantilli shoots, tipped in front. Great save made by Suhanek out of the rebound.
As Fantilli spots Gunther on the drive, and he puts it right on his tape. Suhanek gets across and covers up that tip from Gunther.
Lead pass to Fantilli. Checks are changing. Fantilli fires, and Suhanek knocks that away. Brian Dillon Gunther drops it. Pick shots ripped wide by Fantilli. Adam Fantilli, the lone collegiate player on the Canadian team, plays at the University of Michigan, tries the lacrosse move. He tried the Michigan goal, and it didn't quite work. And then Fantilli bowled over at center ice. What a start here. Gabriel Sturz moves in, and Fantilli's got it back.
The Michigan player tries the Michigan, sees it, goes with a scoop, he gets it up, and can't quite wrap it around. That's about the 4th attempt we've seen. He has it, and it's defended nicely.
Oh, there you go. Bump back around, Gaucher goes after it. Here comes Fantilli with a big hit as he slams down Shohol. Lekanamaki had his pocket picked from behind by Fantilli. Shohol at center ice, that pass was deflected away by Bankier. Now Bankier, and with Fantilli. In comes Fantilli, shoots, Lindblom to save, long rebound picked up by Lysell. He dropped it back, it was almost stolen by Fantilli, and now Fantilli has it back. Gatineau, Quebec plays for Sherbrooke. In the Quebec League, there's a quick chance at the side of the goal for Reed Schaefer. Fantilli back with it. Drops it back off. Korchinski with a shot that deflects wide. Jiricek throws it back in front, picked off. Fantilli plays it across, just missed Beck with that pass. Alice check for Kulik. Shapovalov was knocked off the puck by Stankoven. Stankoven to Bedard, back in front, Fantilli with a shot. That's blocked. Zomer shoots, that deflects wide. Fantilli back on it, hooks it back in front. Allen's wrist shot flutters wide. Checks bottled up here. Jiricek finally moves out ahead.
Back pressure by Fantilli.
Mishek on his pocket pick. Now they break it out. Shapovalov works through center ice. Svozil spins that back across for Shapovalov. And Shapovalov. He moves back to center ice. Sturz, poke check by Fantilli. Sturz moves away from him. Fantilli stays with him. And Fantilli rides him off the puck carefully as Hines picks it back up. Hines for Wright. Shane Wright. Long cross-ice pass picked up by Fantilli. In comes Fantilli. Tahacek took that away. Through the middle, Fantilli. Elon Tahacek. Adam Fantilli. Second try rolls down to Haddock to save. Bouncing puck to the side of the goal. Knocked down. Spins that back for Fantilli. Adam Fantilli. In across the line. Puts it across to Gaucher. Gaucher fans on it. Bouncing puck. And on the second try. Knocked to the line but not out. Kept alive. Waugh was bowled over by Beauchamp. And now Sheffield Stankoven at the goal post. Well, out through the queue. That's knocked wide by Fantilli. Gaucher. Back to Fantilli. Adam Fantilli. Slides that back to Clark. Clark for Waugh. Walks across. Fantilli shoots a cue that wide. Zach Dean for Fantilli. Fantilli goes back to Clark. Cross he goes to Waugh. Bounced off his stick. Waugh flips that back to Clark. Final second down the power play. Dean across to Fantilli. In shoots. Hit Gaucher with it. Now Fantilli winds back and fires again. And the save is made by Guyan.
Fantilli, good chance to go far side. Actually, you're right, catches Gaucher in his hips, and then one more time with no screen in front, Guyan able to make the saves. Like to see that shooting mentality, especially with the awareness that as the power play is expiring, better to get to the net. See what can happen.
Korchinski and Clark, the defenseman. Fantilli drops it off to Stankoven, takes the return pass. Stankoven to the front. Gaucher tries to bump that back to Fantilli. The puck's still loose. Korchinski races with a rolling puck. Knocked down by Stankoven. To Clark. Holds. Feeds it. Oh, what a stop by Lampin. Rebound. And somehow that stays out. Fantilli jams at him.
Both of them taking swings at it. It's a wide open net, and neither one can come up with the 2-inch tap in. Oh my goodness, the first save on Fantilli was so good by Lampinen.
Couple on the boards to Wright. Shane Wright steps that pass out to Fantilli in stride on Svozil. Fantilli moves in, backhand shot. Stopped by Suhadik.
Fantilli's in there to serve a bench minor. So he jumps out, he's flying up the ice, and you know as a defenseman you're in a tough spot when you're skating the same direction because your stick positioning is all off, and Fantilli almost scores a spectacular goal. His game has gotten better and better.
You know, you see what Bedard has done, and you forget how hard it is for a 17-year-old or a draft-eligible player to make an impact here. Fantilli is 18. He's a late 2004 born player. There's Fantilli with a shot. He's going to go real early in the draft. Now Fantilli closes quickly on Malinin. Now Fantilli with a steal, shoots, short side, stopped by Babelis. Fantilli, nifty move around Sin. Puck rolled off his stick. Adam Fantilli, native of Nobleton, Ontario, just northwest of Toronto. Went to the Chicago Steel for a couple years, was the playoff MVP as the Steel won the Clark Cup, the USHL Championship, and now a freshman at the University of Michigan, where he has 11 goals in 16 games as an 18-year-old freshman.
He's had an incredible freshman year to start.
Fantilli wraparound try, that's knocked away. Very dismissive. Fantilli fans with that shot. Back at the line is Zellweger. One of the few times his stick has failed him. Now Fantilli with a shot. Stopped by Babelis. Dean goes after it. Out there with Fantilli with a quick shot, goes off a leg. Throws it back in the slot. Fantilli with a chance. Fantilli puts it towards the goal. Still loose. Dean trying to take it free. It's loose. They scored. Whistle it gone. They're waving it off.
Canada really digging at that puck as Wolf was trying to get a cover on it. I thought Fantilli was going to step right in this one, but he elects to handle it. Gets it down to the front of the net. And I think Fantilli pokes it through.
Korchinski to Fantilli, walks in and shoots. And that was blocked by Grove. Korchinski back to Fantilli again, fires. And once again, that was partly blocked this time by Libor Nemeth. Korchinski. Stankoven sends it. Fantilli with a shot. Anderson gets a piece of that. Puck still loose, picked up by Fantilli. Final minute of the third period. Korchinski feeds it across. Stankoven with a shot. That was blocked by Grove. Center. Fantilli fires. Anderson the save on that. Picked up by Stankoven, drops it back. Fantilli with a shot goes off the stick of Honzek. Drops, Korchinski feeds it across. Stankoven feeds it back. Fantilli with a shot.
Adam Fantilli, like Dylan Gunther, has had some really good chances and steps right into it, and he gets that off that stick quick.
Owen back works in. Back. He's it back across. Fantilli shoots. Left block. Jump with a chance. Scores.
And maybe it's the fresh legs. They get involved in the forecheck. Turn it over. Back to Fantilli. Broken play. Brant Clark.
And Jonka brings it back over Slovakia. He was knocked off strong by Fantilli. He got erased. And Fantilli stepped into him. A backdoor pass for Fantilli, just missed.
Fantilli handles that clean. He's almost in alone.
Give a ton of credit to Adam Fantilli. It hasn't gone his way offensively in this tournament. The puck comes to his stick. It seems to break or bounce over his stick. He's had tough luck around the net, but he's stuck with it, and this is a big moment for him. This is what he's going to be in the National Hockey League, a big winger that drives to the net and gets garbage goals, or he's got great hands around the net. So when you put him with some skilled players, he's going to do some damage. So guys are stepping up and making plays offensively that needed to.
I really like what you say about Fantilli. We've noticed through the past few games that he's got some pace to his step, his crossover speed, he's strong through the neutral zone, and a great finish on that last one.
You can see with Adam Fantilli why the NHL scouts are so enthused, why he's looking like a potential number 2, number 3 overall pick in the NHL. He's a big man, he's got elite speed. And he plays center at the University of Michigan. He projects as a National Hockey League first-line center. I remember the first time I went to see Shane Wright play in the OHL Cup with Brennan Hoffman, and I saw a kid on the Toronto Red Wings who was 6'2" and skating up the ice like an elite skater. I said, what the heck is that? And that was Adam Fantilli. The only reason he went a year later than Shane Wright in the draft, they're the same age, he's a late birthday. And Adam Fantilli's got projects as a #1 center in the NHL.
Looks like a different player than in the first couple of games. Yeah. Even than earlier in the game, he looked snake bit on that first one he hits the post. As soon as he scored, just flying all over the ice.
Winds through center ice. In comes Adam Fantilli with a head of steam. As Fantilli moves in and shoots. Gaia knocks that away. Caden Bankier sends it ahead for Adam Fantilli. In comes Fantilli, shoots, and Gaia makes the stop on that. Oh, look out. Bankier took a cross-check in the back of the head.
Well, I think he can be a real factor in the minutes that he does get. I mean, he's only played 11:48 on average in this tournament, but he does have 19 shots on goal. So he's in and he's around the net. But what I love about him, listen, he's a natural centerman. You know that he's used to being the guy. He's on the 4th line, but he's doing what is expected of him. I think he's been hard and heavy on the puck.
Bankier just missed Barron. Fantilli with a hit. Up ahead to Strable. He got bumped off the puck by Fantilli.
You know he's a great skater, so we see him tracking back well defensively, so he's taking care of both ends of the ice.
And Fantilli ranges back to take that away.
But you know he has the gift to score. I mean, he's 2 goals, 3 assists in the tournament so far. He had a goal and assist in yesterday's game, and that's got to bring him a lot of confidence, so I expect him to be buzzing.
Up for Fantilli, banks it ahead for Dean. Zach Dean streaking in, throws it back in front. Korchinski skated by that. Gaucher. Puck bounces to Fantilli. He's taken down by Sablating. And we'll get an interference penalty against Austria. Back for Fantilli. Shoots! And a save made by Lampinen. Gunther goes after it. Fantilli punched his man as he stepped into Oliver Capital. Fantilli to Clark. Fantilli lines it up, walks in, feeds it back to Clark, who steps in and scores!